How to use creative visualization techniques. Learn to visualize, affirm and achieve any goal. James Brown. Introduction. I want to thank you and congratulate you for downloading the book, How to Use Creative Visualization Techniques, Learn to Visualize, Affirm and Achieve Any Goal. This book contains proven steps and strategies on how to use creative visualization techniques to achieve your goals. Yes, you have what it takes. You see, there is always this goal. You may even have another 2 or 3 goals at the wings. So it's not just one goal swirling around your mind and heart, luring you to take them into yourself. However, fear and doubts set in. You don't know if you have it in you to achieve these goals, no matter how attractive these goals may be. You don't need to fulfill all of them. You know that. Then you realize and find yourself saying, bam! There's just this goal that I need to achieve. If I don't get it, I won't be able to breathe well for the rest of my life. If this is true for you, then this book is for you. You will be guided through working with creative visualization techniques that will bring you to visualize, affirm, and achieve the goals that your heart and mind have chosen. At first there will be doubts, of course, but the tips, exercises and examples in this book will help you work through those fears and doubts. Then you will be able to sift through your goals, mold them accordingly as these goals grow like seeds needing to be tended to bear fruit. Trust that this ability to achieve goals is within you. All it takes is for you to work through these steps and allow that life of successful achievements that you always wanted. It is possible. It is all within you. Come and claim your dreams. Thanks again for downloading this book. I hope you enjoy it. Chapter 1, Seeing is Believing. What you see is what you get, so goes an old adage. Such is also true for creative visualization techniques. Creative visualization requires a person to see everything, that is, to be aware of all that is happening, in thinking, in feeling, and in all actions. When these 3 work in harmony, manifestation of goals, desires and dreams do happen. It is then seeing with one's thinking, feeling and doing, and not just what we see with our physical eyes. Most of the time, however, we go about our ways unconsciously. Our trains of thoughts just take on their own routes and speeds. These result to feelings that are either empty or overwhelming, only touching on a good balance fleetingly. Our actions contradict our thoughts and feelings such that more often, misery and depression are more the predicament of our times rather than joy, peace and happiness. Creative visualization provides an opening to a choice. The choice to see and to believe realities of achieving success in goals whether small or big. These successful visualizations, when creatively dressed, can bridge the gap between disappointing situations and a satisfactory life. What is creative visualization? Creative visualization is creating images within your mind wherein the energy, direction and design are drawn from one's own impulses. The raw materials or ingredients used in creating the images are the combination of the present unsatisfactory situation one is sensing and that of the desired outcome of the goal. It is the transformation of the situation from something you are not satisfied about to something you hope, wish, and want to be. The problems therefore are considered part of the solution. It is inclusive. The technique does not discard but rather maximizes the potential of all elements involved. Thus, creative visualization involves our thinking, feeling, and doing through thinking, for visualization of the goal. Feeling, for affirming and establishing our claim on the goal. Doing, for acting on and achieving goals. 2 approaches. There are 2 approaches in creative visualization. One is through thinking and the other is through feeling. In thinking, you create an image of your desired goal through your imagination and look for the thought that feels good. In feeling, conjure up the feeling as if your desire has been fulfilled and allow thoughts and ideas to come through that create the feeling that you desire. Both these techniques will result to inspired action or to an impulse that may or may not seem logical. The good-feeling thoughts though allow the emergence of creativity within you such that your seeing will shift from that of limitation to one of possibilities. So, when the possibilities are acted upon, a better situation is created. Watch for the sign. The sign to know if the possibilities will result to the desired goal is that they feel good and look good for the person visualizing it. This does not involve the opinion of those who are not visualizing the goal. The two underlying beliefs therefore that one has to have in getting into creative visualization is, 1. The law of attraction that states that like attracts like, and, 2. Feeling and thinking good thoughts will attract the elements to achieve goals. The law of attraction, or like attracts like, means that when bad things always seems to happen to you, such as abandonment of lover or losing money in businesses, it is believed that you are in the frequency of the vibration of these unfortunate happenings. The law of attraction states that each human being is a point of attraction and will therefore attract whatever S/E vibrates to the universe. As much as this truth may feel heavy, the other side of this coin is that, if you change your frequency much like changing channels on the television because you want to watch a different program, you can definitely attract something better, even that which is beyond that what you currently are receiving. Just as long as you put yourself in the frequency or channel of the goal you so want to achieve. One then has to trust good feeling impulses, for they belong to good and favorable frequencies. While external physical phenomenon will have immediate observable effects, for example when you push the table moves, creative visualization, as an inner activity of human beings, does not have the usual external immediately observable physical signs when executed. The physical manifestations emerge after the visualization is created within one's mind, accompanied by a feeling vibration referred to by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich as the burning desire. This is then stabilized through the seeding, growing and strengthening of belief on the desired goal. Chapter 2, Making it Easy as 1, 2, 3. First things first. You have to decide to make it easy for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Easy and fun and flowing. Committing to ease and fun is very crucial in the whole process. Why is this so? It is because your goal is as organic as you are, much like plants that grow from their seed form and then fully grow when they have the proper care. Your goal is indeed a dynamic, living thing. It is as malleable as your thoughts. It is indeed a plastic-like substance that you can form and shape according to your liking. The thing though is that, it will be shaped according to your liking. You are the important factor in all these. So, to begin with, you can choose whether to make this an easy or a difficult process for you. But you say, hey, the bigger the goal, the more difficult it should be. That's where you and your creative thinking come in. A simple example. How about visualizing yourself in a forest? You are walking through some thick vegetation when you suddenly hear the rushing of water. As you are very, very thirsty, you run to where the sound is coming from and you are relieved that there is a shallow river. You rush to the clear waters and drink your fill. Then, you see that there are peach trees filled with its ripe fruits on the other side. So, you cross the river and pick some of those delicious peaches. You feel a bit drowsy and take a short nap. When you wake up, you know you have to get back to the other side of the river. However, you see that the waters have risen. You cannot see the path you have taken anymore. There are however rocks on the higher part of the river that you can opt for. What path then do you take? You tell yourself, I want to make it easy for me to get back, keep myself safe. Plus, I don't want to get wet. Yes, I can take the same path as what I used earlier, but that would not make things easy for me. It will even be more dangerous. I have these choices and it's up to me to make that which I prefer. You have then set your goal. That is, to cross the river. Then, you are able to think through the choices that are possible for you. As you have preferred to take the safer, higher ground, you naturally choose the path where there are enough rocks to keep you dry and out of danger. If you were to take the other one, you know that you will not achieve the goal you have set along with your preferred conditions. You are then convinced that this is a no-brainer. So, you cross the river through the rocks and you are able to successfully keep yourself safe and dry. Goal achieved. By this example, you can see that setting goals and achieving them can be easy as long as you recognize that you can make them as easy as 1, 2, 3. Your most important tool is you and your thinking, your feelings and your doing. If you make the simple organic connections of the situation you are confronted with and the solutions that are possible, your goals are achievable. Chapter 3, Checking Your Point of Attraction. As you are the most important tool in your own goals, the next thing to do is to check your point of attraction. In other words, what do you attract and what are you attracted to? Why is this important to check? So you will know if whether you are near or far from your goal. The best time to check this is when you have chosen a goal. You don't necessarily have to commit yourself to it yet. You just need to choose it. You will then notice that by just choosing it, you will experience thoughts, feelings and sensations related to this goal. Both positive and negative feelings will come up. Try not to be overwhelmed. Remember to take a deep breath and tell yourself, I am choosing to make this easy as 1, 2, 3. Allow yourself to relax, especially if you are getting overwhelmed with doubts, fears or even elation and hyper-excitement on the goal. You have to find a place within you wherein you can observe all these like a scientist observing how chemicals are reacting in her petri dish or a veterinarian checking the sores on a dog's foot. See yourself as the point that has to be observed. Next, see what are the elements surrounding and moving within you, being a point of attraction. What you have to assess. What are these emotions, thoughts, sensations coming up? Can you classify them? These are some examples: positive versus negative. Less or more. Do they occur in cycles? Or are the triggers? What are the triggers? Allow a clear picture to emerge regarding these emotions, thoughts, sensations and your observations of them. As these will be difficult to concretize just yet, you can use these creative techniques to help you create clear images in your mind. Write down keywords and phrases. Draw images and symbols, preferably with colors. Cut out or print out pictures that can represent these. Take time to come up with one unified picture of all these elements. Be in a relaxed and clear thinking mode as you do this. There is no fixed time for this. It can only be for a few minutes or can even last for a number of days and weeks, depending on your perceived urgency to fulfill this goal. Take note that there will be goals that have more elements than others. But for this exercise, try to choose one that is easy for you and can be fulfilled in a relatively short time. Allow the dynamism of these elements. As situations, emotions, thoughts and sensations are always changing, just keep tabs on them and allow general patterns to be identified. Next step is for you to create a picture of your goal. It is good to be able to come up with a statement for this. Visualization, however, is more powerful because there will be elements that you can include that may be hard to describe in words. Remember that this picture, too, is dynamic. It may evolve along the way. You then have to find your sense of purpose for this goal such that you can weed out which elements are constant, stable, and are able to keep you focused in fulfilling the said goal. Put the two images together in your mind, on paper, or on other possible concrete representations you may have of these. Thus, you will have an image of the point of attraction check and that of the goal. The purpose of this part of the exercise is for you to have an evaluation point of where you are now, point of attraction check, and where you want to go, the goal. Assess your situation at this point. Can you already achieve your goal now? Or do you still have to work on it? Also, if you still have to work on it, do you want to? What are other options coming up because of this point of attraction check? A simple exercise. How about visualizing that you needed to buy a tub of ice cream at the grocery that is about 15 minutes drive from your home? You don't have enough gas to make a full trip. You have enough though to get to the nearest gas station about 5 minutes down the block. However, it is opposite the direction of the grocery. There is only about an hour to spare before your next online chat appointment at home. But then the phone rings. It's your cousin. She's asking you for the quinoa salad recipe that you made for her in a previous family reunion. She needs it fast because she wants to impress her new boyfriend who's coming to dinner at her place. She's the sensitive type and these kinds of requests would need at least 30 minutes of your time. You are feeling pressured because you do want that ice cream as dessert but you may not able to make it to your online chat conference. Now, check your point of attraction vis-a-vis your goal of getting yourself some ice cream. Weren't you closer to achieving it before your cousin called? What are your choices? Your limitations? Your possibilities? What is the picture of your situation? What can you imagine may happen so that you can achieve your goals of being able to buy the tub of ice cream and have a pleasant and productive talk with your cousin? Round up time. Breathe and relax. When you are ready, allow all the images to just fall into place. See how you now think, feel and are being inspired to do. Allow new images that include all the elements that you have thought, felt, and acted on come together in that image. Does this image create good feelings within you? Do they inspire you to do something? Allow all these things to be alive. Feel free to mold them in your mind such that they feel alive within you. Don't be surprised if your outer circumstances will change for the better. It may come sooner or later. Just trust that your inner work will yield naturally to the fruition of your goals. Enjoying this book so far? I'd love it for you to share your thoughts and post a quick review on Amazon. Review my book on Amazon. Chapter 4, Let It Be. Let It Go. Now what? You have already learned how to visualize through your thoughts and feelings so that you can conjure up the inspired action for your goals to be achieved. The next step is affirming what you have visualized. Affirming will establish your new position vis-a-vis your desired goal. This new position has to be that which allows the desired goal to happen. Like a plant, the soil, water, and air have to be in good condition such that the seed may grow well. When the plants take root, your new reality becomes yours. How can this be done? By repetition. Repetition will establish your habit of making this desired goal, and whatever its impact will have in your life, a reality for you. Thus, your thoughts, actions, words have to have the spaces within you. As you create new attitudes, the accompanying results will be new, too. Your atmosphere or vibration will then be more in tune with your goals. You can use exercises such as positive affirmations, prayers, and meditation as long as you practice them at least twice in a day until the elements for the goals to succeed show up. Let your new you be. Let it be. And as for your old you, let it go as you allow the new you to take up more space. Your old you will diminish and wither like a leaf plucked from its stem. Let it go. A simple example. Imagine that you want to be healthier but you are not drinking enough water to rid yourself of toxins. In your kitchen, you have several bottles of water and of soda. You have resolved to drink more water and eventually rid yourself of the habit of drinking soda. As you allow your new you to be by repeating the habit of drinking more water, sense how the old you that craves for soda will be. Imagine, too, how your body will feel and look with the new you. Do you like what you see and feel? Is it a goal worth setting and living for? Chapter 5, Following the Impulse. It gets better and better. When we're looking for directions, we check the maps. When we need information, we use our intellect for clues. When we reach for goals, we follow our impulses. Why is this so, you may ask? Isn't it that we should rack our brains if we do want to achieve our goals? That's what we're taught, you say. The reason is this. When we reach for goals, we need our whole being to realize them. We think, we feel, we do. And then, we need all of that to harmonize so that we can successfully achieve our goals. All that are what goes into our impulses. Case in point. Albert Einstein is considered as one of the best scientists and human being in the world. He was able to crack a mysterious code of the universe through his theory of relativity. Amazingly, he experienced what people in general may call intellectual failures. He was only able to speak fluently at 12 years old. He was unruly in the classroom when he was young, kicked out of school for releasing a skunk he was keeping in his lunchbox, and played the violin very well. He played with an orchestra but was also sent packing for doing antics during performances. How did he get to the relativity theory? He said that he would get his ideas as impulses, not in words, while playing his violin. And with that, he has gifted the world with his genius. What about us? How do we get into that I can successfully reach my goals attitude and reap our harvests? Tuning in with our impulses. Every moment that we are awake, we encounter many thoughts, ideas, emotions, and sensations. When one has set a purpose or a goal, the focus on the goal somehow creates a radar-like sense in us. We search for those that are tuned into our goal. The impulses of course start within us. It is our desire for the goal. When we keep that inner impulse steady and strong, we discover more thoughts, ideas, circumstances, and events that will be pulsing at our frequency. Put yourself in a relaxed state. Breathe and close your eyes. Then, tell yourself, I will search for the color red in this room. Then, open your eyes and look around for items with the red color. You will notice things that you didn't notice before. You will also see that these red items will pop up and seek your attention. How is this translated to creative visualization to achieve your goals? When you close your eyes, create an image in your mind of your goal. Include in your imagination the feelings and sensations that you want to have when you have achieved your goal. Now, open your eyes and look around you. When you see positive elements, affirm them and include them in your picture. Dealing with negative elements will need more interesting inner work. Pick out these negative elements and take them by the horns. How? Articulate their presence, your description of them, the emotions you have of them, and then proceed to what will create a turnaround. Articulate what you prefer them to be. Here are some common examples. Simple exercise. I need more money. You want to earn more money. When you open your eyes, you do not see anything that will help you earn money. You only see piles of clothes and no money in your wallet. You can say to yourself, now I do not see anything that will make me earn money. I don't feel good about this. Suggested turnaround statement, I want to feel good about my life. I want to earn more money. Follow-up statements, I can feel good now if I just focus on just feeling good. I can set aside my worries for a few moments because I won't be able to solve them by worrying anyway. And I have heard that when I feel good, I can attract more good. Who wants a sulking fellow anyway? I can try keeping this good feeling to last longer than usual. And when I do, who knows? I may be able to see some things in my life that will help me earn more money. Some idea will pop in. Or a friend will call me up who will offer me a job. Or I will run into someone at the park today who will share with me some ideas on how to earn for my keep. Still, my goal is to earn more money. And my feeling good so that I will be open to more positive impulses will be my action in fulfilling this goal. It gets better and better. You think that after you achieve your goal that is already the high point in your life? Brace yourself. It gets better and better. Why so? Because these exercises will establish your new you. Your new you is truly new. It is a beginning. Your new attitudes will be developed by the creative visualizations that you have been learning. Don't expect your new you to be static. You are a dynamic being. The world is dynamic and organic, too. Watch and see your new vibrant self responding to life. Thus, keeping to your happy expectations of goals that you have set and will keep on setting and developing will yield new situations. Your world will continually expand just as it has expanded from the day you were conceived to your present moment. Even if things will turn negative, in reality, they are still getting better and better because you have more elements to transform. Truly, all negative situations are blessings in disguise because not only do they point towards the other side of your preferred situation, they provide the backbone for a better appreciation and growth of the ever-renewing you. Chapter 6, Oops. Common Pitfalls in Creative Visualization. Well, as you get better and better and better in creative visualization, there will surely be pitfalls along the way. Remember though that these pitfalls always provide exit points. These pitfalls, too, can be likened to treasure coves where you can gather more treasures such that your journey towards your goals will be more satisfying. So what are some of these common creative visualization treasure coves disguised as treasure coves? Overwhelming big goals. Okay, big goals are overwhelming, but don't let go of them. All you have to do is to make them into smaller bits just like Lego parts. The smaller bits should be small enough for you to achieve them easily. For example, your goal is to run the Boston Marathon. That's 26 miles and 385 yards. Point of attraction check. Do you run marathons? How far can you run? Well, if you can't even get out of bed to do some jogging, you can still run the Boston Marathon. If you start working towards it in increments. Like, how about starting to jog for 5 minutes every day? Then work up to 10 minutes? And add up as you gain strength up until you can cover 26 miles. It's up to you to make it sooner or later. The goals are not yours. It's alright if you are working on goals of other people. The problem happens when you cannot identify yourself as part of the goal. You will have difficulty working for this goal. Do you have to ditch this goal then? No, not necessarily. To just ditch something is not advisable. Remember that you wouldn't want to throw the baby with the bathwater. All things have positive aspects that you can claim for yourself. As we are working with your inner human beingness, recognize the inner movements happening to you. See if you have negative emotions that you may have for this goal of others. Then, as you keep your desire of wanting to disassociate yourself from this goal, create spaces within you so that you can have empathy, even just a tiny bit, for the said goal or the person/s involved in the goal. This empathy is not for you to be unwillingly attached to the goal but for you to create more inner power in gaining hold, and eventually control and management of your relationship with the said goal. So, in this situation, it's irrelevant what you are externally doing for the goal. What is important is your inner relationship with the goal. The effect of gaining hold of your inner relationship with this goal of others is that you will find the power in you to work on a goal that is closer to your mind and heart, a goal that you have willed for yourself. This situation can be likened to a person driving a car. The driver doesn't just jump out of the car just because he realizes it isn't his car. Instead, he slows down, pulls over to the best location where he can get the ride that is his. Distrust. Generally, being emotionally distant to anything can be classified as objectivity. However, if there is the negative vibration of distrust, openness to what is beheld can be limited. If this is limited, our creativity may be limited, thus putting unneeded barriers to our creative space for visualization. If you recognize distrust within you with regards to your goal, a good thing to do is to do a point of attraction check so that you can have the space to work with all the elements again, especially the positive ones. Remember, the positive elements will help you anchor to your goal while the negative elements allow you to strengthen your goals when you get to transform them. Impatience. Impatience is good just as long as it is joyful eagerness for the successful outcome of your goal. Much like distrust, it is the negative emotion that you don't need in achieving your goal. When impatience pops up, be appreciative of this and grab the opportunity to transform this into feelings of positive expectations on the goal you have set. Getting caught up on what you see. In this book, we have discussed different kinds of seeing. There is seeing with the physical eyes and there is seeing inwardly. Creative visualization will allow the better use of both ways of seeing. Aside from making these two kinds of seeing better, the other thing that has to be strengthened is the seeing of positive aspects. With it is the seeing of negative aspects that need to be transformed into positive aspects so as to add strength and substance to the goal. Allow all these kinds of seeing to be dynamic and always evolving. When you catch yourself creating them into a static state, breathe, relax and allow all those senses to be enlivened again to the multitude of opportunities that are just waiting to be picked by you. Chapter 7, Abracadabra. Abracadabra. A lovely magic word that means, I create what I speak. Do you feel and believe you have what it takes to indeed create what you speak? If you are able to read this book enjoyably and played with the examples and visualizations, you have made a good jump start for your goals to be always wonderfully set for success. Achieving them will be the natural reward for your good work. Remember though that creative visualization for your goals can only come from you. You cannot depend on others to do the work. You have to work through your thinking, for visualization. Feeling, for affirming. Doing, for acting on and achieving goals. Decide to make it easy as 1, 2, 3. Do your point of attraction check. Let it be, let realities be and yet also let your goals become part of your being. Let go of the old you and always welcome your new you. Follow your positive impulse. Start trusting them. You can start with some safe impulses such as what color of shirt to wear. See how this choice works out for you. As you get better at it, your goals will get easier and easier to achieve. Allow the magic to happen within you. Believe that even you can create what you speak. You are your very own creation. What you speak can indeed be the realization of your goals, your desires, and your dreams. All our goals are within our reach. It is very important that we recognize these possibilities for us. Not only that, these goals are waiting to be fulfilled by us all the time. That is why being aware of what we think, feel, and do is our abracadabra. When harmony happens in all our inner and outer activities as human beings, we will find what we always seek. That is, to be fully alive in this world always waiting for fulfillment. Your goal is always waiting to be achieved. Visualize, affirm, and achieve. Conclusion. Thank you again for downloading this book. I hope this book was able to help you to reach your goals more often than before. The next step is to keep on making your life better and better by making creative visualization a part of your daily life. Finally, if you enjoyed this book, then I'd like to ask you for a favor. Would you be kind enough to leave a review for this book on Amazon? It'd be greatly appreciated. Click here to leave a review for this book on Amazon. Thank you and good luck. Preview of Law of Attraction Lifestyle, 31 Days of Practical Applications to Manifest Your Wishes and Live a Happier Life. Chapter 1, What is the Law of Attraction? The Law of Attraction just gained popularity in the 1990s when Jerry and Esther Hicks, a husband and wife team, both inspirational speakers and authors, published a book that thoroughly discussed the topic, conducted Law of Attraction workshops, and presented how it can impact a person's life. However, it was not the first time that a book about the Law of Attraction was published. Quite a few books does not directly use the phrase Law of Attraction that have been published before the 1900s. These books may not use the word Law of Attraction, but they have the same concept. After Jerry and Esther Hicks' book was released into the public, it gained millions of readers around the globe. Countless Law of Attraction books from various authors came into the scene. However, These books almost always present a theoretical approach, something that readers find challenging to translate into action and incorporate to their everyday lives. So, what is the law of attraction? Why must we concern ourselves about it? And why learning about it theoretically is never enough? The law of attraction is a phrase given to the belief that what one thinks attract the circumstances in one's life. Thomas Troward, an English author who was an influential figure in the New Thought movement, a spiritual movement that developed in the early 19th century which followers believe in the concept of higher thought, described it better. He said it is the action of mind plants the nucleus which, if permitted to grow freely, will eventually attract all the conditions needed for its manifestation in outwardly visible form. Though the concept of the law of attraction has been present in religious and spiritual books and teachings since the ancient times, it was not until 1887 that the phrase was first used in print in a chapter called The Unknowable of Isis Unveiled, a book written by Helen Blavatsky, a famous Russian occultist. In 1906, William Walter Atkinson used it in his book titled, Thought Vibration of the Law of Attraction in the Throughout the World. Everyone has experienced the law of attraction. Each one of us has experienced the law of attraction, though to some varying degrees. It is important to note that the law of attraction does not only bring positive circumstances in our lives as powered by one's thoughts, it also has the capability to let the person see the other side of the coin. If you believed that wearing your favorite dress or shirt would bring you luck the whole day, and the day proved it right, then you have experienced the law of attraction. The same law of attraction is in effect when someone gets into an unhealthy relationship over and over again. If you believed or used any of the following words or phrases: fate, karma, luck, serendipity, out of the blue, meant to be, coincidence, and other words of similar meaning, then you are actually experiencing or referring to the law of attraction. The fact that you are reading this book now is a manifestation of the law of attraction. Because you want to improve yourself and your way of living, your thoughts, you sought ways on how to do it, your action. The science of the law of attraction. Contrary to the common misconceptions that the law of attraction is an abstract idea, recent scientific studies have suggested otherwise. From the 1980s to the 1990s, a group of neurophysiologists from the University of Parma, Italy, started the discovery of mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are neurons that get activated both when an animal or person does something and when they are observing another animal or person does the same action. For example, you saw someone stub their toe. You flinch automatically in response as if you were the one who stubbed his toe. During this time, your mirror neurons that light up when you actually stub your toe also light up even if you were just seeing someone stub his toe. The mirror neurons are also the reason why a smile is contagious or we feel relaxed around a smiling person. Our brain processed it as if we are the one smiling. With brain imaging, early studies have shown that fear activates the amygdala in the brain, an almond-shaped group of nerve cells. After the discovery of mirror neurons, research shows that amygdala also gets activated when people are shown other people's fearful faces, as if they experienced the fear themselves. The research still gets the same result even if the subjects didn't know that they are being shown fearful faces. Thus, our brain registers the fear we see in other people as if it is our own fear. A third study that supported the law of attraction is the connection between intention and action. The study reveals that the brain regions that activates for intention will also start lighting up the regions responsible for action. This means that the stronger the intention, the more possible it is for action to occur. This is also true with certain existing feelings in the body. For example, when one is experiencing physical pain and he won't think about it, the less he would feel the pain. All the three studies presented here support the law of attraction. It all shows that how we feel and what we do is the result of the thoughts we entertain. Same with feelings and circumstances. This also applies to the people that we surround ourselves with. They are what our thoughts attract. Click here to check out the rest of Law of Attraction Lifestyle, 31 Days of Practical Applications to Manifest Your Wishes and Live a Happier Life on Amazon. Recommended books. Below you'll find other popular book that is popular on Amazon and Kindle as well. Simply click on the link below to check them out. Law of Attraction Lifestyle, 31 Days of Practical Applications to Manifest Your Wishes and Live a Happier Life. Become a happy person again, how to stop negative thinking, relieve anxiety, stop depression. If the link does not work, for whatever reason, you can simply search for these titles on the Amazon website to find them.